So, everyone, for this week, we are taking care of some business that we need to in order to be in compliance with what is required of courses like this from Heritage. And what that is the chalk and wire assignment. And so, if you've been at Heritage for a while, you've likely completed a couple of these for a couple different classes. And the way that I understand it to be is that chalk and wire basically serves as an online portfolio as part of your graduation requirement that demonstrates some of the things that you've learned through specific courses at Heritage. Now, not all classes have a chalk and wire component. Math 135 just happens to be one of those that does. So what you're going to be getting from me is the chalk and wire assignment, which is this, and I will talk about that in just a moment. You are also going to get an example of exactly what I'm asking you to turn in. And so this is a different problem than the one that I'm going to assign to you, but what you see here is exactly what I'm asking for you to submit. And so you will see here at the beginning, everyone, that there is a copy of the original problem here. And then basically I state that X is going to represent the number of magazines. And then we go through the process of answering questions A, B, C, and D. There is also going to be a rubric that you see on chalk and wire. And for your purposes, there is no reason for you to read this rubric. I would actually avoid even looking at it if I was you. And I would instead make what you turn in match my example in terms of the information you provide and the way that you lay it out. Make it match exactly. And so with that, everyone, we will run through what I've got here as the practice problem. After we go through the directions, which are on this other document, and we'll make sure that hopefully there's some understanding of what needs to happen here. So for chalk and wire, this is an assignment from Chapter 1. Work must be completed using Microsoft Word or Google Docs, and so you can upload your work to chalk and wire. Work must include the original problem, and so you'll see on my worked example that I do have the original problem copied and pasted there. Complete answers and explanations for what each part of each function means in A, B, and C. And so as I've done in the past, when we do A, B, and C, we need to be sort of laying things out like this so that I can see the cost function is that, the revenue function is that, profit function is here, that sort of thing. Complete explanation of what your solution means in terms of the break-even point for part D. And so this is a question about break-even, and I'm answering break-even occurs for this one when profit is equal to 0 or revenue is equal to cost. And so I used profit is equal to 0 and found out that they need to sell 667 magazines to break even. And lastly, you will see that I took a picture of the graph that was on Wolfram. And on a Mac, again, I just do that with Command-Shift-4. And there's other ways with different machines, but if you are having trouble taking a picture of that graph with your machine, find someone that knows what they're doing in that regard and get some help. And I am hoping to have your work uploaded to Chalk and Wire by October 17th. And so again, everyone, this is just one problem. There is part A, B, C, and D. It's just a break-even problem. Should be pretty simple, I would hope. If you need a hand or some help with this at any point, please feel free to reach out to me on Remind, and we'll make sure that you get taken care of. So with that, I believe if you do a Google Doc, you'll need to export it as a PDF. And so I'll demonstrate how to do that really quickly. Let's say that I've completed my work. I need to save file, download as a PDF, and then I would have something that I would be able to upload to Chalk and Wire. If you're doing it using Microsoft Word, you can say File, Save As, and change it to PDF, or you can just upload the Word document. But I don't believe that if you put a link in Chalk and Wire, it's going to work. I think I'm going to need the actual Word document or a PDF of the Google Doc. So again, to do that is File, Download, PDF, and then you would have something that you could upload to Chalk and Wire. The way that uploading it works is you will go to MyHeritage, and you can see there's a bunch of you, all of you here. When you go to coursework, and this is where you will see like your your assignments and things that I've graded, you will see the Math 135 chalk and wire assignment. Your interface may look different than mine. Obviously, you don't see everyone else in the course, but somewhere in there, you're going to find something that says after you click the Math 135 chalk and wire assignment, you'll see launch this tool online or launch this tool in a new window. And again, yours may be located in a different place. This is obviously an instructor login and not a student login, but I can choose either one of these. I'll say go ahead and open it in a new window. And basically what I get is I get, again, the teacher interface here. So it logs me into Chalk and Wire. And again, I believe Chalk and Wire is something that you need to pay for and have an account set up with. So you will go into Chalk and Wire and upload that one assignment, hopefully by the October 17th date. Is that what I said? And then I go in and I basically score it. So put very simply, again, ignore the rubric. That would be a gigantic waste of your time to read. I would make your work match my work here exactly, obviously with the different numbers and such, because it is a different problem. Upload that to Chalk and Wire. I will go through and I will score everyone with really great scores because everyone's going to do exactly what needs to happen. So again, everyone, if you run into a headache with any steps along the way here, there is help available for sure in the ASC. Those people will be very familiar with the Chalk and Wire side of it. And if you are running into a headache with being able to get the solution done to this problem and make your work look like mine right here, I will be more than happy to help with that. Just hit me on Remind and we'll jump on Zoom together and get it taken care of. So that's going to be it for this week's work. Kind of a light duty week this week, just one problem. I hope it's not too cumbersome, and I hope you have an awesome week.